All right, hey everyone, welcome back to another video. It's been a while since I've recorded one, and I'm really excited about this one. I'll be going through 4 different strategies that have helped my practice really grow over the last month. That's right, I've been experimenting and playing around with different things, doing a lot of things on my own for the first time that I usually would have hired out for, and they're working. And I'm really excited to share it with you because in the spirit of this channel, I don't like to gatekeep or hold things back. I want to share it all with you so you can learn from what I'm doing and hopefully implement it for a successful growth in your own practice. Now, like I said, it's been a while since I've recorded, and so I'm really feeling like, I want to make this video high quality. And so I feel like I should run an intro, like a little bit of a, like a YouTube intro here. But the thing is, I record these all in one shot. I don't do any editing really, so it's going to be a little awkward. But let me go ahead and click the intro button, and we can roll that right about now. All right, that was pretty cool, right? But anyway, let's jump into the video. No more gimmicks or anything like that. Let me actually turn the big camera off and switch to the small one. And here we are. These are 4 different strategies that I've been using to really grow my practice in 2025, all right? Now, the first one is using a CRM. This stands for Client Relationship Manager. This is pretty popular in the sales world or the business world. And the way I like to think about it is it's kind of like an EHR for leads and referrals. Right? I'm actually going to show you the CRM that I've been using. Let me just show you right now. It is right here. That is not the portion. So the one, here we go. So I wanted to show you the pipeline. And so a CRM has so many different features. I can't cover them all here. But the main feature that has really been helping my practice is the pipeline feature and the communication feature, which I'm going to show you. Now, this is the CRM I've been using. It is all HIPAA compliant. This is a dummy account, so there's nothing here on this actual video. And what's really exciting is I'm actually working out a way in which I can offer access to this CRM to people who might be interested. All right, but stay tuned for that. That'll come soon. But here's the pipeline inside the CRM. And what you can see here is that I have myself here. I'm going to pretend like I'm a potential client. But essentially, a pipeline is a way of organizing your referrals and leads. And so what's really cool is you can set the CRM so that people automatically populate in when they contact you. So for example, if someone contacts me through my website, they automatically populate in the CRM. If I get a phone call, I can have it automatically populate here. And so essentially, when you log in here, it's your hub for all your referrals. And you can set all sorts of automations and labels so you know where they're coming from. You can track the data behind that. So that's really great. But for this purpose, I wanted to show you when a client reaches out to our potential client reaches out to our practice, we now have them enter into this pipeline. And typically they'll start at the beginning, right? In like they contacted us. And now I know when I log in, oh, I need to follow up with this client. I know where they came from. I know what they're looking for. And then we can kind of move them along the different stages just by dragging the card along. And what I used to do was nothing. A client would reach out, I would call them back immediately or email them back. And if they didn't respond, I might forget about it or not follow up. And so this really helps me make sure clients are not falling through the cracks. I'm realizing that if a client doesn't respond, the first time, they might be busy or they forgot about it. So following up is really, really helpful. So this has really, really helped me stay on top of all the referrals that we get. And I add all of them in here. Right? And then you kind of just drag them along and you know exactly who to reach out to, what exactly you're reaching out for, right? So maybe they scheduled the free consultation, but you need to share with them a link or something, or maybe they contacted the practice but haven't followed up, so you can reach out. And it really just keeps you super organized. The other really cool thing is you can integrate texting and email, all HIPAA compliant, into this platform. So if you look here, I can just click this little icon down here, and it brings me to my own profile, right? Or be the potential client. And you can email right from here. You can text right from here. So you can even call right from here, right? So now we have one platform, all of our leads, all the information we need to help that person go from inquiring about services to becoming a client, right? And so this truly has been revolutionary for the practice. So using a CRM is something I would highly recommend. And if this is something you're interested in, hang tight because I'll be offering it very, very soon. All right. Now, number 2 is landing pages. Now, this has been also revolutionary for my practice. Now, recently I've been getting into SEO and website building and all that kind of stuff. And I have a couple videos that I'll be making about websites and things like that. But essentially, when you hear people talking about SEO and building a website that generates client leads and things like that, they're essentially talking about an SEO strategy, right? It usually involves creating like service pages and landing pages and blog posts and all that. But essentially, at the end of it, what you're trying to do is you're trying to get your website to rank on Google, right? Now, that's really good, and that's a valid endeavor, and I encourage people to try to do that. But another thing you want to do is create landing pages for each of your specialties or services. And this is different than a service page. So a service page is going to be much more long or much longer. It's going to be the one that tries to rank on Google, right? You might want to make blog posts about the service page, right? You'd have a service page for all your specialties. So a DBT, CBT, ADHD, anxiety, whatever your specialties are, you would have a service page that you would try to rank. Now, something else you can create is called a landing page. There's a little overlap between the two, but a landing page is something that is really focused on converting someone into becoming a client or at least a lead. And let me show you what I'm talking about here. So I have my own website here, and this you will not find on my actual website, but this is a landing page that I've been using for Google Ads and Facebook, which I'll talk about in just a second. But this landing page you can see is specifically designed for therapy for ADHD, nothing else and nothing more. And you can see let me go up. So you can see that it has a clear call to action, which is book a free call. So when someone clicks that button, they immediately get taken to a place where they can book a free consultation. And so you can see here, there would be no confusion about what this page is all about, right? It's all about how we do therapy for ADHD. It's all about ADHD therapy. All along the page, you see about booking free consultations, right? And it's meant to take the client on a journey, basically from like what we do, right? The ADHD therapy, and talks a bit about what ADHD therapy is and how we do it in the practice. And so the page is designed in such a way that it kind of brings people through a journey, right? So if they're ambivalent about our services, they get to read this and hopefully they see, or at least more interested in finding out more and booking the free call, right? So this is something that I have really started to work on, and now they do take time to design. I'm not a website designer, but I can at least make something that looks somewhat modern and isn't horrible. And I feel like that's good enough, right? I don't have to be a world-class designer. But this is my landing page for ADHD therapy. And to have this page makes your ads that much more effective. You can also use this when you are networking, right? So for example, I'm often on different Facebook groups or Alma community boards looking for different referrals that we might be appropriate for. And rather than sending them just our website that's like pretty general, right? Has a lot of different things we do. If someone's looking for a therapy for ADHD, I can send them this landing page and it's really clear and concise. So having landing pages has also been huge. And again, I think the two things that stand out about that is that there's a clear call to action, booking the free call, contacting you, right? And that it's also just really clear and it's specific to one specialty. And, it's not that much, let me go back to it. There's not that many words, there's not too many paragraphs, a lot of bullet points, really straight to the point, right? So that's been really, really helpful. And this kind of leads into the Facebook ads and the Google ads. Now, the Facebook ads, again, when you run a Facebook ad or a Google ad, it's typically pointing somewhere, right? Now on Facebook, you can have it pointing to a post or a picture or a video that stays on Facebook, or you can have it point to your external website and a landing page or whatever the case may be. And I've been toying around a little bit of both. Now, I don't really hear many therapists using Facebook ads, but I've been experimenting with them over the last month and they've been really, really helpful. The couple things to know about Facebook ads. One, it's a huge reach, right? So you can essentially target a specific location. You can kind of target specific types of people and different interests. But what I found is that you get a huge amount of exposure to your ad, whether it be a picture or a website, for a fairly cheap rate, right? So the cost of clicks compared to Google is really, really low. Sometimes it can be less than $1 per click, depending on what kind of ad you're running. Now, what I found from Facebook is that I was getting huge reach and huge exposure, but the people contacting the practice were not necessarily ready to convert yet. But that's okay, because in some regard, I was expanding the practice's exposure beyond what we had already been doing, right? And I was maybe getting 2, 3, 4 inquiries every single day from my Facebook ads. Okay, now if you want specifics on how I ran the ad and what type of ad I ran, I'd be happy to talk more about that in another video. But for now, it's really important to know that I've been using Facebook ads and it has been expanding the reach. Now I've used two different types. I used one image that highlighted ADHD therapy, but people just saw the image and then they could message there. And I had another one that generated website clicks and went to the landing page that you saw, right? So that's that. Now let me move into Google Ads, another thing I've been doing. Now the caveat here is that I've actually done both of these myself. Historically, I'd hire people to do these ads, but over the last several months, I've been taking like Google Ads courses. I've been learning a ton about Facebook ads and Google Ads and really felt ready to try doing them myself. And they've been pretty successful. So I'm really excited about that. So I ran some Google Ads as well. And the thing about Google Ads is that they are a lot more expensive than Facebook ads, but the quality of referral tends to be higher. Meaning the people who click on your Google ads seem to be more ready to schedule than someone on Facebook, which would make sense, right? When you're on Facebook, you're not necessarily on Facebook looking for services, but you're scrolling through and you see something that piques your interest. And so you might not be ready to schedule, but at least, you know, you've seen it, it's on the back burner, maybe you save it for later. On Google, you're typically searching for things, therapist near me, ADHD therapist in my area, whatever it might be. So people are typically more ready to schedule. That being said, the cost of clicks on Google is much, much higher. But again, if you do the math on how much Google ads cost and then the value per client, it usually works out quite well. So again, the Google ad though has to point. So the thing about Google ads is that definitely points to your landing page, right? So you can have the greatest Google ad ever, but if it doesn't point to a high quality landing page, which is what the mistake I was making a while back, it doesn't matter. No one's gonna contact you. But I found that my Google ad, it's high quality in and of itself, right? The ad, people were clicking on it and then they'd go to that page and they would say that it resonated with them, it made sense to them, and then they would end up calling, and that was really, really cool. Right now, I think one thing to underscore all of this is you have to provide high quality services, right? Your ads are just a way to communicate what you offer. So I just wanted to say that too, right? You can have great ads, but if you're not a good therapist, don't provide quality services, then nothing's gonna work out. But if you're watching this video, I'm sure you do provide quality services. Everyone here is eager to run their private practice and get it up and running and to have a successful practice. So these are the 4 strategies that I have been using consistently over the last month. And again, for the first time doing most of this, actually all of it on my own with no help, kind of putting some of the learning to the test. And it's been really, really successful. So I'm really, really excited about this. Let me actually get off this screen share here, go back to the big camera. And so I wanted to share all that with you, at least to give you a high level overview of the things that I've been doing that have really helped my practice grow. I probably will be going into detail about these different things and how I did them. I'll also be offering new services as part of my consultation business soon to give people more access to the things I'm talking about here. Anyway, I hope this video was helpful for you. I hope you learned something. I know it's been a while. I hope to be making more videos more consistently over the next year or so, forever. I want to make videos forever. Hopefully I can do that. But anyway, it's good to see you again. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video.